Octavio! Yo! Doc Ock!
What?
Get your together. We gotta go.
Go where?
We're moving. Did you hear the memo? We're moving to Wednesdays.
Wednesdays.
Yes, we're moving to Wednesdays at 7. Get your together. Put John and Ricky in the box. We gotta go.
Okay.
Get me out of here.
That's right. The Royo Show is moving now to Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, only on 247miami.tv.
When this reporter, babe, get here, she gonna be on our tip, man. You know she gonna wanna ride.
It was back in the days when I met a brilliant young student named Zoo. Hello? Anybody home? Ah! Look at that equipment. I wonder what Zoom's working on. Now I'll just rearrange a few of these circuits.
Welcome back to Capes and Co-host. If you're watching on YouTube now, we finally got the live stream up, so we're sorry we missed the last segment. But you can catch it on Tuesday.
Let me just double check that to make sure. Live.
Let's just make sure the live stream's on.
It is
going.
All right, we're good. We're good. Welcome to the live stream. Sorry that took so long, Ricky. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass the buck on this one. It's not my fault.
Fair enough.
You're the producer. It is your fault.
Yeah, but I got executive producers
Nah,
that I'm gonna blame.
nah.
Shit runs uphill.
Especially
here.
not now. I saw how legit you were looking there with your spread pose on the
Trying
fucking...
so hard.
You know,
Yeah.
I gotta pretend like I'm doing stuff.
Anyway, if you were with us last segment for whatever reason, somehow I don't know how, but you missed a lot of good arguments. Not really. You just
No,
missed a
they
lot of
weren't good.
nitpicking
It
and
wasn't.
terrible stuff.
It wasn't.
Anyway, we're gonna get into this one just by wrapping up our Ant-Man conversation with what we're most excited about and what we're most nervous for, and then we're gonna move on to the rest of the Marvel news that came out over the past week. We're watching the delayed live stream anyway.
Whoops.
Let's start with James.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say it again.
Most
we're talking about Ant-Man.
excited and
Here's what
nervous.
I'm concerned about. Because at the end of the day, when he shrinks, right? And I get the deuce in the comics, but when he shrinks, that has the strength he had as a human being. He's not a super spy. He's not a super archer. How is he going to remain viable amongst the Avengers? That's what I'm most concerned about in his future, the future of Ant-Man.
Okay.
That's my biggest concern.
Well, to be fair, they describe it as he increases in size when he shrinks for some reason. I don't know. I guess
You
dense
mean
mass.
strength?
You mean he increases in strength?
That's what did I say that?
No, you said
backwards?
he increases in size when he shrinks, which
In-
makes no sense.
in strength when he shrinks.
You think maybe we'll
Uh-huh.
get a giant man at
See,
the end of the
that
film?
I think would be great.
Mhm.
I would love to see something like that.
I
happen.
doubt that we get it at the end of the film.
Well,
Yeah,
he's not a
not-
scientist though, is he?
No, he's not. Well, he's a thief.
Yeah, he's just a thief. That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
So
in this version, he's a thief.
Well, no, it's in the comics.
Scott Lang is-
This isn't Hank Pym. This is
Right.
Scott Lang. Scott Lang was a thief in the
Mhm.
comics.
So yeah. Also, I think that I don't think we're going to see Giant Man with this, at least not in this movie. We might
No,
see
not
it
in this
later.
No, I'm saying like at the end of the maybe like.
I don't think so.
Well, have you seen the post credits already?
I'm not going to talk about that.
All right, so
I'm
okay,
just going to
so
say I
never
don't think that
mind.
we're going to see it. Not
See, now
because,
here's the thing.
not because I know what's going on, just because I feel like they're going to save that for maybe Civil War.
Right.
So you make Ant-Man give a little more oomph in Civil War type of deal.
You know what kind of bums me out already, though? That we've already seen Hulk turn against the Avengers twice, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to see it again, which kind of bums me out because Giant Man versus Hulk is a fight that is always awesome.
Well, Ruffalo's not in the cast list for Civil War, so we don't even know if there's Hulk in the Civil War.
Right. I'm not saying
Oh,
saying
just in
Civil War,
general?
just in general.
There's-
I don't know.
William Hurt's Thunderbolt's coming back.
That's
So
true.
Maybe
so we could get
maybe
a Red Hulk versus Giant Man. That'd
maybe
be
a
cool.
Red Hulk.
Hmm.
All right, I'm down with that. That'd be
It's
super
something.
cool. Yeah.
I'm most excited for Ant-Man.
No, because I always love that
The
moment where
smash.
he's trying to squish him and you just see and he forces his hands open.
Mhm.
Most excited, honestly, it's just Paul Rudd being Paul Rudd. Like this is just a perfect character for him to do that in.
Agreed.
I think that's just gonna he's going to add. It's honestly he's gonna add as much personality to Scott Lang that Chris Pratt did for
Agreed.
wow.
Or Robert Downey Jr.
What the heck's his name?
For Star-Lord.
Star-Lord. Thank you.
First of all, I want to say thank you for having me back. I had a blast last time I was here.
No problem. man.
That's why you're back, because we liked you too.
They liked you more than me, apparently.
Well, that's
We always
understandable.
prefer the superior James.
Hey, no, I said again, thank you. And I tell you what, when I heard he got this role, hey, I was relieved because I was worried about it. Ant-Man is not, a superhero on the levels of Batman or Hulk or anything. So we needed a real presence for this, and he definitely brings it to the role. Okay, and so I'm looking forward to his performance. From the snippets I've gotten, I was also looking forward to all the little things like the costume and the settings and so on. That's all looks great. The thing I'm still in trepidation about is the storyline. Right? That's where they can screw it up. Right? But I'm really looking forward to it.
For what it's worth, I'm pretty optimistic about the story because for the most part, it was done by Edgar Wright, and I think he's great at doing that. So
That's true.
So I think that if as long as they came in and did rewrites, maybe just to touch up a script instead of rewriting the script, then we're gonna be fine. But I definitely, if they did kind of mess it up, then
That would be where it would happen.
exactly. As far as myself, the most excited for, I think, is just seeing a battle in like small size, like whether it be in like a coffee cup or a briefcase or just something where it's like
Right.
looks so epic, and then you're like.
It's like if Honey, I Shrunk the Kids were an action movie.
Exactly. So regardless of where they end up doing the little small battles, I'm sure there's got to be at least one. So I'm really excited for that. I really, really hope there's some Wasp tie-in,
Mm.
whether it be a Hope's kind of graduating to that, or whether it be a callback to what happened to
Janet.
Janet.
Mm.
One way or the other, I want something about the Wasp. What I'm most anxious about, actually, it's probably exactly what he said. Is skeptical. Sorry, is probably what he said about the rewrites. I'm afraid that I hope that Edgar Wright and the rewrite team, I think it was Adam McKay and Paul Rudd, I hope that they didn't clash too much,
Mm.
and I hope that it's still cohesive and not kind of all over the place.
Right.
And I kind of hope it makes a lot of money.
Yes.
So that's always one too. Ricky?
I'm not really like. I mean, I'm excited to see it because it's a Marvel movie. So, but I mean, I know what to expect, and that's fine. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and that's it. I mean,
all right.
I mean, I know what to expect. You know, like it's just like the
Hey,
Fantastic
that's
Four
fine.
comes out later. It's gonna be. It might be a fun movie. That might not be. I mean, but
Yeah, that's
Marvel, when Marvel does it,
Exactly.
it's
yeah.
gonna be fun. So
exactly
I'm not really skeptical, and I'm not really like crazy excited because I know it's gonna be fun.
right. All right, that's fair.
You know.
So let's move on then. We have Spider-Man casting news. We never talked about Tom Holland because that got cast
Right.
during SuperCon. So we have Tom Holland is officially Spider-Man. We've heard it for a while that he was in the running and that he was one of the finalists. So that's great.
My how let me phrase this correctly. How confident I am in the movie did get brought back down a notch, not because I think Tom Holland's a bad actor. I just don't know him. You get me?
The only movie that I think
Versus-
he's got out right now was one with Ian McGregor and
Oh,
the disaster movie.
yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. Everyone that talks about it says he outshines everyone in that movie. So
At
if I
least
get the
there's
chance
that.
to try that out, that'll be great.
Yeah.
He's also in the heart of the sea, that
What
comes
is that?
out in December, I believe. It's a Moby Dick film,
Oh,
and he stars alongside Chris Hemsworth.
nice.
So we'll get to see him there as well before the Civil War
Thor and Spider-Man.
film. So
Does
there,
Chris Hemsworth play the white whale?
I think he plays the captain, and
He's Ahab. That's awesome.
I don't know if he's Ahab. I think it's a different
Oh, okay.
Moby Dick. I think it's more of a, I don't know what it is.
Like loosely based on kind of thing.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I think it's based on a book, but I don't think it's based on the original. ones.
Oh, I see.
And then Tom Holland plays a cabin boy.
Okay.
So we'll see him in that later, and we'll get a better idea.
But again, it's by the way, really quick, and this matters more to me than it does most people. How tall is he?
He's like 6 something.
Is he really?
He's tall.
Because you're a walking silo.
No, it's not because of that. It's because
I'm
really
just
a
like-
big part of Spidey is how he compares to other heroes. You get me?
Right.
Because he's like average height. He's average everything. You get me?
Yeah, no doubt.
So in the comics, he stands next to Captain America and Thor and all this shit, and he's just the little guy.
Yeah.
But he sits there and swings with the rest of them.
I mean, sorry to.
Wow.
Sorry. Wow, that was great.
Sorry,
Sorry to
guys.
interrupt this, but what you were talking about, the Impossible, Ewan McGregor and Naomi Watts. I mean, it's
I was wrong.
81% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, nice.
And 84. I mean, that's for critics, So
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
All right.
And then 84% of the audience.
On audience.
I was 100% wrong. I was thinking of Asa Butterfield. He's 5'6".
Ah, okay.
Tom Holland is
Asa,
5'6".
see, Asa Butterfield is
He's like-
5'11".
Yeah, he's like right.
So I knew that. So he's 5'6". See, that worries me a little more.
I mean, don't they make Robert Downey Jr. wear
yeah,
yeah.
he wears lifts.
this?
yeah.
But it's kind of harder to wear lifts in a skin tight
I mean,
suit.
it's not.
But in the skin time suit, you can.
It's not Peter Dinklage they're putting in it. I mean, they can.
No, I
figure
know
it
it's
out.
not. It's not awful. It's just I just liked it when it was Asa Butterfield because he was like just the perfect height for it. I thought, but it's all right, not a big deal. And again, another issue I'm having with the height is that I'm afraid that that's just going to add to them never having him grow up.
Mm.
You get me? If he's just this guy who's 5'6" with a perpetual baby face.
Maybe he just stays.
He doesn't look all
Little
that
like
baby face. You should
Macaulay
look
Culkin.
look up recent photos of him. He's not that
Yeah?
baby face.
Yeah, he's mature.
The thing is all of the photos that are coming out from him are from that film's kind of go around, and that was like 2 years ago or something like that.
Mm.
So
Been out of
he's-
work that long. I'm
no,
playing.
he's been filming other things, but sure. He's been auditioning for Spider-Man for 700 years.
Yeah,
it feels
right?
like.
Oof.
Also,
Or at least they're through it.
they're talking about Aunt May,
Mhm.
and the name that everyone's mentioning as their final choice in their negotiations with is Marissa Tomei.
Mona Lisa Vito. I'm so excited. That's great.
My experience with Marissa Tomei is romantic comedies. So
you ever watched The Wrestler?
no, I've not.
You never seen My Cousin Vinny?
I know that one I have.
Okay, I
Oh,
mean
I know
it's a
who
great
it is.
film.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
I know who it is.
she has a great cameo in Seinfeld.
She
which I
was
love.
she was in Anger Management as well.
Yes.
She
Mhm.
was like the
Yeah.
main chick in Anger Management.
Yeah, that's an
Um,
Adam Sandler movie, so it's just
Yeah, but
Not
she's
really
still good enough for me.
no. I mean, I know I like her a lot. She's actually a really talented actress.
I think it's great when you can
She won an
get
Academy Award.
yeah.
For,
I think it's great when you can get Academy Award winning actors and actresses to be in your movie.
it's better than Razzie winners.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm afraid she's going to be too hot for the role.
Well,
That's the problem.
see, people talk about that, but I understand that type of go to it. But the people that are like, she's too young. She's 50.
Yeah, that's
didn't
still not
realize
old.
how
That's
old
still
she
not
was.
old.
Did you watch her in The Wrestler? Like,
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, she's 50, but doesn't look 50. And
Nope.
even
You
at
agree. You're
50,
right.
it's still difficult to believe that she's old enough to be Peter's mother or significantly older than Peter's parents would have been. You get me?
I thought she was Peter's mother.
Ah,
That terrible story.
that's
we're
so
We're
bad.
not going to talk about that.
No.
I mean, I think that because we're going with a Peter that's 16.
Yeah.
So if we assume that Peter's 16 and they had him at like 20 something,
Sure.
then that would put her
And even then, that's
still a good 20 years over
Right,
them.
but as an
Right.
actress, is she the most talented actress?
not really, dude.
Pretty close, yeah.
I think
Because think about it. If they had him at like, just say that Peter was born when his mother was 21.
Okay, no.
okay, you guys are getting way too into it.
Well, no,
it's
this
not really
does,
a big
th-
deal.
This
though.
does matter to me because Aunt May has always been, even in the Ultimate Spider-Man, when they did young her up a little bit. I'm talking about the cartoon.
Well,
When
they
they
younged
did-
her up in the
In the
books,
comics too, yeah.
The only thing is she was gray hair.
Yeah. But she was still an older lady that could do all this cool stuff. You get me? I don't feel Melissa. I can't consider Melissa Tomei an older lady at any
I
point.
mean, Aunt May shouldn't swing the pendulum one way or another, though. I mean,
What do you mean?
I mean, she's important, but it's the movie's about Spider-Man. You know, she's just going to be the motherly figure. Like
But her
she doesn't
age
have to.
does matter. It makes her like she has this. Pardon the term, but this old lady wisdom that I don't know if I'm going to buy from Melissa Tomei.
You know, in a general sense, probably not. But since this is a relaunch of Spider-Man, right? In that sense, I think her role is very important.
Yeah.
No, and okay, but I agree, and that's why you're getting an Academy Award-winning actress, probably the most talented actress that the MCU has cast out of anyone. Okay,
Actress?
actress?
I mean,
said.
there's been a bunch of good ones though.
Who?
Okay, maybe not as good as I don't know how you consider Tomei, but I mean
I
Scarlett
mean,
Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson is up there. Okay. Yeah, the list
trying to
goes
think of the
on and
next
on,
one.
man.
Shut-
The list
Oh, wait a
goes
minute.
on and on.
The chick. Well, I mean, she has a small role.
They
But what's
ki-
her
okay.
name? Mrs. Hawkeye.
Linda Cardellini.
There we go.
But not even.
Wow.
I wouldn't put her up there
Dude.
with them.
Linda Cardellini's an awesome actress.
She is, but I wouldn't. put her
Sure,
up
she's
there
done
with
mostly
Tomei.
comedic roles, but she's great.
Also, they cast Glenn Close.
That's true.
For
She was in
She
Guardians.
was in Guardians, yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah, they did the 10 minutes she was in the movie, so that's good. All
Okay,
right, no, you're right,
still
you're right. Okay, so
Okay,
Glenn
versus
Close.
how long Aunt May's been in other
All
Spider-Man
right, so
movies.
compare. Okay, so Glenn Close is the only person, her and
Okay,
Scarlett, then better
yeah,
than
but
her.
there are older actresses that have also Academy Award-winning actresses who could have done it. I still stand by my Jamie Lee Curtis fan cast. I'm just saying.
We'll be right back.
Oh, that, yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah, I like that. then you won't recognize it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyway,
Ooh.
welcome back to Capes and Co-hosts.
We're still talking about this.
We are. We're gonna skip this just for the sake of actually getting on with the show.
Fair enough.
We're gonna make a quick mention that we have.
I do want to clarify.
Go ahead.
It's not that I don't like Melissa Tomei, and I think she can do the role well. My only issue is visually. It's not the visual representation I want from May.
That's what makes
But
for.
I do have faith in Melissa Tomei enough to know that she will do well.
I
It's
love
just-
it visually.
I'm sure. All right, moving on.
All right. We got Electrocast.
Yes.
To go along with Punisher,
Yes,
for what that's worth.
and
Is
I'm
the girl
stand-
kind of Asian-y?
Kind of, but
She-
not
she-
really.
She has, I think, what I think is the perfect look for Elektra, which
Mhm.
is she has this like multicultural look, like
Oh,
it's kind of ambiguously cultural.
I like it.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Kind of like the new human.
She is actually
Yeah.
she is actually Asian though, and
Yeah.
according to her last name, which is Young, Yung.
I don't like to assume things.
I don't. I'm just assuming. I mean, I haven't really seen her do anything except for be a pretty bland ninja character in G.I. Joe. Which, I mean, to be fair, at least we know she can do the Electra side of things.
Yes, exactly.
exciting.
But I trust her enough to know.
I need
or
to
trust
get
Marvel
my-
enough to know that
I need
they're
to
doing
get my
something
name
right.
on an assassination list.
Also, by the way,
She's
and this
after
is
us. Oh yeah.
this is just me patting myself on the back and rubbing James's nose in it. In the press release about her casting, they did say that she was specifically referenced in the first season.
Okay, I already agreed with you on that.
I know,
I
but
think-
when we
I think-
first brought it up, you were like, "That's not really that overt."
But
I'm just saying.
wow.
But to be fair to James, I think that Garrett was like, "Yeah, I think that was a reference to her," and then later he's like, "No, it might not be a reference to her. He just
Yeah,
covers all his
that's right.
bases." So at
I
the end
didn't
of the
say
day,
that. I said straight up.
I'm
and we
kidding,
referenced
bro.
Electra.
I'm kidding. You just cover all your bases with everything.
Anyway,
No, actually, I normally just
But
take
yeah.
the stance on one side of the fence. I normally don't fence it.
Garrett,
Sit.
I already told you that. Yes, I agree with you.
I know. I'm just going back
So
to the older
now
James that didn't
you're
agree
ju-
with me and
Oh,
rubbing
I
it in.
see. So now you're just being a pompous jerk.
Yeah, exactly, 100%, and I'm okay with that. I've
Well,
accepted
he
it.
did say it was just to rub your face in.
Right.
I did. I'm making it known.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Electra, we're excited.
yeah, we're
Yes.
excited. We're gonna skip that because
And
there's not a
Punisher.
lot there. And Punisher,
no,
we
I
already
mean,
talked about.
but there is a little bit to talk about there because we're getting two pretty transformative characters, I think, in this
Iconic.
series. Yeah, iconic is one
True.
thing because, as everyone should know, Elektra is like the love of his life.
Right.
Matt Murdock, compared to
One of the loves of his life.
sure, but no, but as far as who had an impact on his life, as far as his romantic interests, in the comics, dude, the death. Well, yeah.
Yes, I get what you're
baby.
saying. I get what you're saying. I feel like she has more of an impact by the whole idea of getting him involved the hand,
Sure,
Mhm.
but I definitely
That
understand
too.
where you're coming from
but so that's
because I feel like
that's-
Karen Page had just as big an impact romantically on him as
maybe
Electra did.
it's possible.
And our producer strikes again.
All right. That looked a whole lot worse than it sounded.
Anyway.
And it sounded bad.
I agree that she's great, and I kind of, even though I'm about to say something that's going to piss people off,
Ooh.
and I know it, even though I've
Garrett's gonna piss people off.
I know,
What a
it's
shock.
so
Hey, I think
shock.
so.
even though I have hounded the CW for doing this in all of their shows. I
the
can't
love
wait
triangle.
to see how they handle Karen and Electra. versus-
Gee,
I know.
Garrett giving Marvel a pass for something DC's doing. What a shock!
I would feel I
Surprise
feel
me.
the reason is because I feel more comfortable with
Of
the
course he does. There's a
quality
Marvel
of that
stamp behind
show.
it.
The quality of that show versus CW's quality.
Oh, okay.
The Marvel
Not
stamps
not just
behind it.
Marvel, not just
Mhm.
Marvel. I'm talking about the difference between CW and Netflix,
Netflix.
productions. That's more what I'm talking about.
I'm sure it is.
It is.
It's a better argument, but I don't think that's what you're talking about.
That's exactly what I'm
To be
talking about.
fair, I totally agree with him, and I'm gonna keep busting.
No, I agree. Yeah, for sure.
Oh man. I mean, don't get me
No,
wrong.
I do trust it in the hands of the writers for Daredevil, but more so.
Yeah,
but it is still something a little unfair to hold against.
I understand what you're
CW.
saying.
But
I
the
get what you're
Flash
saying.
season 1 was on point.
The Flash
Oh,
was
yeah.
the Flash was
They
great.
did what they could for CW.
Oh, yeah.
I still didn't like their love triangle, but that was more because I didn't like Iris.
See, I love Iris. Anyway,
love
moving
I
on.
love to look at Iris.
Moving on.
Moving on. Let's
Uh,
talk about DC actually.
talk about
No,
Iris.
hold on.
Okay.
We do have to talk about Punisher too.
Oh, you're right. Well, we
because
talked about that
this
earlier.
no, but I'm talking about
You want more?
him and Daredevil
Hmm.
because it's going to be big for Matt because again this is a fledgling Matt Murdock. This is going to be his first time, in my opinion. I think he's going to be facing off against someone who's going to
Mhm.
he's going to have to question his stance on being judge, jury, and executioner, and all taking the law into the fight for justice into his own hands.
It's interesting because whenever they started with the first season of Daredevil, The first Comic-Con panel they did, Stephen DeKnight, who was the showrunner for that season,
Yeah.
even came out and said Matt Murdock is one bad day away from being Frank Castle.
That's right.
Right.
So that is something that is very interesting to think about, is how that's going to affect seeing the other side
Which-
of what he could have done.
Exactly. Saying that, exactly what he's going to see. He's going to see what he could be at his worst. And I think he's going to see it kick his ass.
At least once or twice.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. He's going to see that anger just, go to this place that he never wants to go. I think that's going to be something that's going to keep him on the
Now here's
the friendlier side of things.
I think Frank needs to just calm down, chill out a little bit.
go to
I
anger
mean,
management with Marissa Tomei.
This guy has some problems. So, ooh. That's probably what the show should be about. Rehab,
yeah, right.
anger management.
My question about the season 2 of Daredevil is basically, we know that, we thought it was going to be Punisher versus Daredevil. And
Right.
we thought it was going to be fairly streamlined, kind of like how it was Kingpin versus
Right.
Daredevil in the first season.
But that can't be the case now.
But now that we're introducing Elektra,
Yeah.
and we're looking at the 2 new showrunners that are
Sure.
taking over Stephen DeKnight, they are the ones that wrote and directed Styx episode,
Yep.
which was all about the hand
The
in a
hand.
sense.
Mhm.
So there's a strong hand sense back behind
Oh
that
yeah,
and presence.
no, for sure.
So I'm trying to think, is it going to be more of Punisher and Daredevil are still going to steal this season and the hand's going to be a side note? Or is the hand and Daredevil going to steal this season and Punisher is going to be an extra in it?
I think one thing that Marvel has surprisingly learned how to do is balance things.
Mhm.
They've really learned to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
really, how many movies have we gotten so far with multiple characters? Guardians of the Galaxy, 2 Avengers movies. You get me? Like,
I mean, Ant-Man's got like
yeah.
a great cast as well.
Exactly,
And they have
that's
to
what I'm
balance that.
So I think they've actually gotten pretty good at learning how to balance things. So I think we're actually going to see like a good balance of the two.
Yeah, this last Avengers movie is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
And they had equal screen time, and they
For the most part.
Not
the most
yeah,
part.
but-
Thor got kind
well,
of
you
kicked to
know,
the curb.
there-
it's not
there
so
are
much
priorities.
screen time, but
Yeah.
their presence felt.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
one felt
Mhm.
like they were being put on the back burner.
Mhm.
You get me?
except for Thor for a little bit.
I guess.
But that was because, and this is also something that I saw talked about, and we saw it when it first came out, is that there was a talk about doing a director's cut of the movie.
Mm,
Some
I'm so down for that.
I saw recently talking about that director's cut, that if it happens, it's an extra hour,
Whoa.
and a lot of it's Thor.
Nice.
Wow.
So I think that what happened is he kind of filmed for everyone about the equal amount of time, and then
Right.
just ended up cutting most of Thor's stuff.
To be fair, as far as the and I know we're getting a little bit off topic here, but as far as the Avengers team members go, Thor has the biggest event coming up though. Like what's up next for Captain America? He's gonna go after Bucky.
I know Civil War is a huge event.
Okay, you're right. Okay, but that's okay. But sure. But then for everyone else,
Yeah, but Captain
Iron
America,
Man,
Captain America is the only comparable one to Thor.
exactly. Meanwhile, Thor, he's got to deal with Ragnarok now. You get me? That's a big deal. Anyway,
Back to
but-
Daredevil.
yes. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be again. It's gonna be. I'm super stoked for this season. So excited.
So excited.
Mhm.
One other thing that we're totally just hijacking this segment, but whatever. One of the other things that I saw within the past 2 weeks that we never got to talk about is they're talking about Iron Fist.
Yeah,
So apparently the news that's coming out is that they're actually having a lot of trouble with Iron Fist.
I'm not surprised.
There's apparently internal discussion because they're not sure how to handle Iron Fist as a character. They don't know how mystic to go with it.
Exactly. That's the problem I'm having. How do you make?
Go all mystic.
He's basically Bruce Wayne, to an extent.
He's Bruce Wayne outside of the suit.
Right.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. He's Bruce Wayne outside the suit, and then you add dragons and chi and all this.
He's Bruce Wayne. He's Bruce Wayne, played by like Bruce Lee,
Yeah.
who happens to fight Bruce the Magic Dragon. Because I need another Bruce.
Bruce the
I
Magic-
need another Bruce.
It's Puff the Magic Dragon, first of all.
It's Bruce in my
His bigger
story.
brother,
I see.
Bruce, yeah.
I need another Bruce.
Anyway, but yeah. So I'd imagine they'd have that issue because mysticism is something really difficult to deal with.
I still think you can go the Daredevil route where you don't have him become Daredevil. Like, I mean, he kind of did become Daredevil, but he was vigilanteing well before the series started.
See,
I think you can have it basically be like a living weapon type of story where you have a Danny Rand who's kind of
Sure.
already fighting on the streets under the cover of not knowing anyone knowing what he's doing, and then have him kind of burst. So that way you can skip the whole dragon part,
but don't
and
they
it can be a
risk-
flashback once.
Don't
or
they
twice.
risk like just repeating the thing they did with Daredevil? Like,
Not necessarily, because I think they're vastly different characters. I think that you can, because the thing is Daredevil is the underbelly, whereas yes, he does definitely fight for the underbelly, but Danny Rand as a character is the high class suit and
Yeah,
tie
no, he
businessman.
is. Yeah,
So I think that there's a different aspect you can take to this.
sure, I guess, but I'm
Um,
talking about just as far as the approach to becoming the superheroes. And I mean, and
Well,
no,
that's the
see,
thing.
I
Is
don't think
you need
I
to
don't
have him become a superhero. I think you can just have him be the superhero.
Well, okay, fair. But what I'm saying is, I don't think it would be fair to glance over the mystic part of him, because
I don't think
that
you have
would
to
be
glance.
almost like glancing over the mystic part of Doctor Strange.
Mhm.
I don't think you have to glance over him because I think that you can do it efficiently without making it like you don't have to have the dragon be a huge part of it
Right.
without sort of like one
Yeah,
flashback
I
episode.
think they just
Sure.
can establish
Which-
that aspect of the character
Right, no, that's
off the
fine.
bat, and then be done with.
And
But
then
the point is, even in a flashback, once you've added a dragon, you've added a dragon. Like
sure, but I
that
don't think,
adds dragons to the MCU.
but
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
think
saying.
adding dragons is the problem because we've already had Crane Mother, we've already got plenty of the hand and that
Yeah.
mystic kind of crap in
Right.
Daredevil.
Mystic kind of crap.
I think that the issue is how do you make a dragon work on a Netflix budget?
Exactly.
Which I think if you relegate
Well,
it to one episode,
Yeah.
I think you can make it work.
That's fair.
And how do you get the dragons to fit? How do you get the Avengers just to overlook dragons?
Well, I mean,
Well-
because the dragons are much more outside of the Avengers realms of understanding right
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm.
To
It's
be
a
fair,
more-
But if there were
Kunlun-
dragons, they
Kunlung
would
is like
know.
a hidden city.
Kunlung
and
only
I'm pretty
appears
sure
once
that-
every 10 years.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that the dragon that Danny fights is
Like one of the only ones.
like it's the last one. Like it's
Okay,
I don't remember. I don't know.
I don't know. That's what I was just asking.
Right?
Yeah.
No, it's not like there's dragons like flying around, like
horde of dragons.
like they're just perched on top of Big Ben in London and shit.
Yeah, it's not like gargoyles.
No, exactly.
Great show, by the way.
Yes.
I love gargoyles.
Where's our reboot of that?
Ooh.
Anyway.
After Power Rangers.
Oh man.
Did you guys see the news for Power Rangers? By the way,
No.
they released some of the some of
The first like
script.
15 minutes of the movie or something like that.
really? The script?
It's just establishing stuff, but I mean,
yeah.
it's
Okay.
it's actually very different from what I think it's very different from what they were doing before.
Yeah.
More of like a group of teens that are explorers that come across the like at a dig site.
right.
they
They're
come
not. They're
across
they're not chosen.
the power coins.
no. Actually,
Interesting.
what's his name? Zoran.
Zordon.
Zordon is actually like apprehensive about.
He's like that's their
using
only
humans.
option now because they found
He
it.
doesn't
and they
want
bonded
to,
them or
you
something
you know.
like that.
So they have to like prove to him.
That's kind of
essentially.
cool.
I think so
I'm
too.
cool for that.
I'm excited. I'm so excited. For
Yeah,
this.
man.
And they did talk about Rita Repulsa being
Yeah.
the main villain also in that script.
Nice.
So I'm ready for it.
Definitely. All right. Sorry.
I'm
to
just saying,
sidetrack,
James
but
Vanderbeek is an awesome Rocky. I'm just saying.
Just take all of them.
this, yeah,
that was the movie right there.
dude, that was awesome.
Anyway,
Anyway,
there porn stars in that movie too?
There
Yeah, I
there were
think
two.
there were
There were
two.
two of them.
Hey, that's what that was. They actually put them on there in the
Yep.
credits. I'm like, oh shit, because someone told me. Oh.
anyway,
Anyway,
so
we
oh,
totally derailed the
staying on Netflix,
Netflix.
we've got the pictures of Jessica Jones came out.
Yes, the first official pictures from the Jessica Jones production.
The girl on fire.
no, the Luke Cage on fire.
No, yeah, the Luke. You're right. The Luke Cage on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The pictures are Luke Cage on fire, running
Right.
outside, putting himself out, and then Jessica's like, "Are you okay?"
yeah.
And it's so great because the pictures themselves, if you get the chance to look at them online, it's literally Luke is walking out on fire with no fucks given.
No,
He's just like, whatever. I mean, I guess I'm on fire right now. Let me walk out of this building real quick. and I think that also puts to bed any type of fears that Luke wasn't going to have powers in
Yeah.
the series. Because otherwise, I'm pretty sure he'd be
Yeah,
running and
that's true.
screaming.
that's true. No, I mean, I never had that fear. I was
I know
pretty
some did,
confident.
but yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty confident. Luke Cage has a very easy power. He's just strong and invulnerable. That's it.
I just hope he wears yellow.
Yes.
All right, we gotta go. We'll be right back for the last segment. We'll finally talk DC because we took over the DC
Yeah,
segment
we
from
did.
Marvel. So, one moment. Bye.
Yellow.
Sleep out every night where the buttons are empty and the sun shines on the birds and the bees and the cigarette trees, the lemonade springs where the bluebird sings in the big rock candy mountains. In the big rock candy mountains, all the cops have and the bulldogs have rubber teeth and the hens lay soft-boiled eggs. The farmer's trees are full of fruit and the barns are full of hay.
Kid, this one's for Gabby.
I love this song. So.
Is this the
Dude, I'm
volcano?
telling you,
one?
he's on like.
What is this? What song is this?
I think
This is
I think he needs a
this is
hug.
from Is Over the Rainbow.
Oh.
His full name is I can't pronounce it.
You see the problem with this?
Israel, comma,
Yeah.
Kakawu, Ole.
He died.
It ends at Ole.
He died.
It's a big guy.
My
Yeah.
problem with this
I was
type
sad
of
when he
music
passed
is
away.
that they all sound the same.
No.
No, not this song, dude.
Not this song. I'm just saying anything with a ukulele to me sounds the same. At least the intros to it. Afterwards, it gets better.
Well, how
But, like-
much music have you heard that plays the ukulele?
Okay, but in Inside Out, Inside Out has a volcano.
I've had enough of your
intro.
negativity. All right, so
Dude,
I'll
that
just play
was
it.
so good.
It was good. They have a little volcano thing, but it has the same exact chord progression, and it sounds the same up until this when they start singing.
haters gonna hate.
It's not a hating thing. I'm just saying it's all very similar.
Thanks, Taylor Swift.
Oh God!
That was.
Shake it off.
I don't know. I've never.
Haters
I've
gonna
never.
hate.
I've never heard a Taylor Swift song, so I couldn't tell you.
I actually really like Taylor Swift before she decided to be weird.
I like her. Just
I kind of like her now too.
Yeah, just,
Yeah, he was a fan before she got big.
if Dean likes Taylor
Well, I mean,
Swift,
she was big.
I
She
like
was a
Taylor
country
Swift.
star, and I liked her.
I know. I know.
I'm just,
I
it was
know.
different.
Right?
I know.
What?
I said if Dean likes Taylor Swift, I like Taylor Swift.
That's right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's.
Supernatural.
You can't fight with that endorsement.
That's right.
Ben Affleck is Batman.
Right. So we're back.
Hook, line, and sinker.
I like this music talk we were having.
Ben Affleck is Batman.
So let's start
every
another show.
aspect, in every aspect of the word.
Yes.
He
Oh
directs,
my
he
god.
writes, he does whatever. Which is funny because when he signed on, they said he's on for like a 20 picture deal,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, I bet you it's like 10 writing credits, 10 directing credits, and
exactly.
10 Batman
Right.
credits.
No,
gonna
that
be
makes sense.
Yeah, and
It's exciting news.
Here we are.
No, I agree. Look, honestly, Ben Affleck is one of these actors who has legitimately grown in Hollywood. Like he hasn't wasted his time. there.
everything he's done has been fantastic
Yeah.
for like the past few years.
I feel like he's had the same kind of arc as Matthew McConaughey, where
Absolutely.
Matthew McConaughey came
Yeah.
out like with Amistad and like these great films, and then he went through this valley of just kind of buzz, romantic comedies, just picking
Action
wrong
flicks.
things. Yeah.
The Rain.
And then Ben Affleck did the same thing, and
Yeah.
then he came back, and
and yeah, McConaughey
Fargo.
come back with
Yep.
like Interstellar and Dallas Buyers Club, and
Exactly.
he's been fantastic.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's a
True
very similar-
Detective.
and yeah, True Detective. And here's what I'll
Yeah,
say, and I
Ben's done the
know
same, you're right.
Ricky got on to me when we were talking before the show. It was a couple days ago about how I said that Lord and Miller were the only thing I was excited for the DC universe, and how it's been ruined because they're doing Han Solo. Now
Mhm.
I take it back. Now I'm excited for the Batman
Good deal.
Mm.
Good deal.
because
would say
I
it's not the same.
I trust
mean,
Affleck.
I like a lot of what Ben Affleck has done, but there's so much of it that just sticks in my throat.
Yeah.
All right, that putting so much on it, the banking on this role and,
Yeah.
and its portrayal is a big risk still to me.
Yeah, it is
Here,
a risk, but
I'm gonna go on a list here of things I'm excited about for the DC side of things. Batman. I'm gonna go down a list of the things that I'm
Not excited about.
no that I think will work out okay. I still like Henry Cavill as Superman. I like him.
Mhm.
I really do. I just want them to give him another solo movie because I'm really upset that they're pushing him into basically a Justice League so fast.
Yeah.
I'm still tentative about Wonder Woman. I've given her a little more credit because she does look better than I thought she would, but not as good as still not what I want Wonder Woman to look like. I'm tentative about
Aquaman?
No, I'm not tentative about that.
He just doesn't like Aquaman.
I'm not on board with that at all.
I do.
And no, it's not because of my personal issues with him. I just don't. He doesn't have. Okay, Aquaman has been a cultural joke for so long, where people are like, oh, at least it's not Aquaman, But Aquaman is a serious character. He's a king of 70% of the world.
Mhm.
He's a king of the oceans. Okay, and I don't see Jason Momoa bringing that seriousness and that nobility. Not
He's not
nobility.
Vinny Chase.
Sure. It's
I mean,
I think that at best, all he's going to be able to do is bring out the savage aspect of Aquaman.
I agree with him.
When
The Dothraki
Aquaman,
side.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
when
don't see him as a
Aquaman,
monarch.
yeah, Aquaman is supposed to be this balance of he's like a savage.
you don't see him
king.
like Thor.
Exactly,
I don't think that he's going to do anything to keep Aquaman
Chris
from being the
Hemsworth.
joke anymore.
exactly.
Like I don't
Yeah.
think he's going to change that aspect.
He's gonna do exactly. He's gonna do nothing. This was an
Well, I don't know if
opportunity.
he's going to be a joke. I think he's going to be brutal.
He's not going to be a joke, but this is an opportunity to make people realize how good of a character Aquaman really is,
And they're going to
and they're wasting it.
They're gonna
And
make him
then,
brutal,
They're gonna turn him
let's-
into like a barbarian. He's gonna be like Conan the
Yeah,
Barbarian.
it's gonna be Conan the Barbarian.
and
which
not
will
like
still be a joke,
Thor,
so-
Right.
who is brutal, but he's also.
But you see the
the mo-
royalty, the leadership
Exactly.
in him. You
and
know,
him just growing up too. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sure he'll grow up as a character for Aquaman throughout the
I don't.
DC.
I don't know. I think they're rushing too fast
Well, yeah.
into it to
No,
even
for sure.
have like a growing up.
and
thing, you know?
then we got Lex Luthor, which
which you're obviously not excited about.
Nah, that doesn't. But is
Mm.
Doomsday going to be in it? Is what I've heard rumors. Of.
not in this one.
No,
It's
there's
not-
been rumors about him being in
Really?
BBC.
so.
BBC,
weird.
BB Superman.
So the
BBS.
problem is this is going to be just as packed as a Avengers movie.
I mean,
Yet
'cause
we
I
don't
think
even.
more so.
There's also talk about him being that Aquaman being in it and
Flash.
Flash being in it and Cyborg being in it.
Mhm.
It feels like to me they're trying to do in one movie what Marvel did over 5
Exactly.
for
Right.
the Avengers.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're trying to play catch up, and it's just not going to happen.
Exactly. I think that they're taking there's two ways I think that they
I don't
could
see
have
why
gone.
they would rush it though. It's not like we're going anywhere.
There's two
And,
ways
like-
they could have gone about doing this, in my opinion. They could either follow the Marvel imprint, take a little bit longer, and just develop their characters. I also think that it would have been interesting to see them just say, you know what, let's start with a Justice League movie, a proper Justice League
Sure.
movie, and then split out from there.
Okay.
Because I feel like Justice League, for the most part, I think is fresh enough in everyone's minds because of how iconic most of their characters are.
Yeah.
That you can make a movie about them without their origins, and people will be like, I accept that.
Yeah.
But this idea of making not only a Batman versus Superman that I feel like is unearned,
Yeah.
but also throwing in all of this setup for a Justice League movie on top of that
Mhm.
just seems like it's a bad idea.
And the thing is that Marvel actually opened up the way for them because a lot of the trepidation about Avengers when it was first,
Too many characters in the
right,
same pot.
exactly, and they've proven that it can't be done. So
And look-
why not just bring out the movie and then, then handle one character at a time?
Not only did they prove that it can be done, they also in the next movie added like 3 or 4 more characters and still did it.
That's right.
So
And not only like I understand if they were rushing for it, if they were trying to, beat Marvel to the finish line to get their, team movie out. But DC, Marvel's done 2 of them already. It's okay. You can slow down now.
Yeah, there's
Like,
no finish line
No,
anyway.
that's it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But I understand from a Hollywood perspective that mentality, but what's the purpose now? Why rush it now?
Exactly.
Why?
Take your
Why?
time.
Why?
Make the quality that you can make. That we've seen.
and I feel like
in certain movies.
I feel like Man of Steel had problems because I feel like they also rushed that. And I know if people like Man of Steel, and I'm
I
not
didn't.
saying it's a terrible movie, I just don't think it's particularly a good one. And I feel like if they took time and did more with it, I think there's a lot more potential there.
I'd say it's a good movie. I don't think there's anything that separates it from being anything great, but it's a good, entertaining film
By the
that I
way,
had a good time
okay,
watching.
I
The
know
only thing that separates it is that it's a good movie.
Yeah.
As far as all the other Superman movies that we've
the,
seen
the
recently.
2 other ones that we've seen in the last
Okay.
2 ones.
Exactly. That's what separates it. And yes, I think they could have done more with it.
Yeah.
Right. But hey, again, I think their idea was that this is the first movie and they're going to do more.
Yeah. When I was watching it, I was on the edge of my seat when I was in the
Yeah,
theater.
yeah.
I was fun. I mean, Garrett,
Yeah,
I
I get
know
it.
I know Garrett doesn't, but
And by the way, I don't necessarily like to typecast anyone, but I would like to typecast a specific director because honestly, if
Type
I could,
direct?
if I could have someone handle the Green Lantern movie at this point, it would be J.J. Abrams.
I really hope
Mhm.
Chris Pine's
Oh yeah, me too.
because he's
But J.J. Abrams is handling these space epics like it's nobody's business.
Mhm.
yeah. Which is interesting that he's not coming back for either one of the Star Wars
I know.
sequels.
It's weird.
So he's gonna be open after this.
Yeah.
he's not going back to Star Trek, that's for sure.
Why not?
I'm playing. I don't
You
know.
don't know
I
that.
just
Well, because Star Trek 3's already got the
Yeah, I know.
the wrap up on that almost.
Yeah.
I think that I agree with you. I think J.J. Abrams would be great for Green Lantern. I think Chris Pine would be great.
Yep.
I'm interested in the fact
Seeing
that
a Chris Pine Hal, but my fear though,
is that
a
he'll be
Chris
Kirk.
Pine Hal Jordan is
He'll
Captain
be
Kirk.
Kirk. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's
I
be real
still
here.
I know he's too old. I still want Nathan Fillion just to put it on.
See, look,
I still want it to happen.
See, if they did something like they're doing, kind of like with Ant-Man, where they don't start with the first generation of Ant-Man, where they go for like
You want him to be
John
the old Hal?
Stewart, he could do it an old Hal.
Well, the rumor on the film is that it's actually covering 3 or 4 different lanterns at once.
Human Lanterns.
The rumor is that
No
it's not
shit.
only going to cover Hal Jordan and Stewart, but it might also include Guy Gardner.
No.
Ew.
That's the rumor. Is that they're going to go with a Green Lantern core movie rather than just a Green Lantern movie.
See, now it's a little bothersome because one of the big things about Hal Jordan, though, is that he proved to the to to the Watchers. What are the Watchers, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the Guardians.
The Guardians, yeah, the Guardians. He proved to the Guardians that the humanity is worthy of a Lantern ring.
Well, but the thing is I think that you can still pick it up after he's already been
I guess.
Green Lantern. Like, think about it this way: if the movie is picking up on either John Stewart or either John Stewart or Guy Gardner, maybe getting a ring for the first time,
Right.
and meeting Hal, and then if it's Gardner, it can be meeting Hal and
Right.
Stewart, and then it's like a kind of almost like a buddy cop movie where they're trying to show him the ropes, but in space, with J.J. Abrams directing, with like
Yes.
Chris Pine throwing stuff around.
By the way, I just want to clarify for our listeners: there is nothing to
Yeah,
substantiate
this-
J.J. Abrams. That was just me.
That would be great though.
That's just me fantasizing.
100%.
But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong, I could see it work, but I'd still like.
Yeah, I get what you're
I
saying.
like Hal Jordan proving to humanity. But yeah,
I
no,
feel like we've got an origin story so recently from Green
I have
Lantern.
no idea what you're talking about. None. Sorry.
Even still,
Oh wait, how much time do we have left?
Like 5 minutes.
Okay, good.
Not even.
Because I do want to go back to DC for
Four.
1 second.
3.
I mean, to
3
Marvel for 1 second, because we do have some much clearer looks at Deadpool.
Quickly.
that's true.
We did not have that before.
Deadpool
Now,
does
I
look
mean, we've got like we see exactly what his suit looks like, and it looks good.
It does.
It looks so cool.
Yeah, it
I'm
does.
so excited.
The way this suit looks far exceeds my expectations for what a Deadpool suit would have looked like on screen.
Yeah.
he says
Yeah.
he says it's really uncomfortable and
Yeah.
stuff like that because I actually heard him on
He
radio
said
recently.
he said he still prefers it to the Green Lantern one too.
Yeah,
Which is
that's
great.
right.
Oh my god, they made fun of
Oh,
that.
really quick. Okay, here's some kind of DC news. When did it come out? I think today, actually. A documentary is being released.
Oh, the Superman Lives one?
Yes,
It comes out
Superman
today?
Lives, I
Yes.
think so.
Kevin Smith.
Which it's a
If you've
it's a
ever-
documentary chronologing the Nicolas Cage Superman movie directed by Tim Burton, the one that never ended up making it to the
Right.
screen.
Yeah, Who Killed Superman Lives.
Yeah.
If you want to see what could have been a gothic Superman played by Nicolas Cage,
And the Amy
Watch
Winehouse
this.
movie came out this week.
Oh, that's right.
It's a documentary.
But yeah,
Supposed to be
like I've seen clips from it already. Like you see him actually with the suit on. It's the suit without any details on it, so it's just like a blue tight
but
suit.
the suit is also super shiny.
Yeah, it's
It's almost like
gloss.
they laminated over the suit.
Well, there was supposed to be two suits in the movie because that was going to be his Superman suit, but then he was going to have some kind of like origin weird Genesis suit thing that it had like these glowing veins through it that just like pulsated and stuff. Tim Burton's weird.
Tim
is
Burton
basically
is
what
weird.
I'm getting at.
Tim
But,
Burton's weird, and he's been secretly telling you the exact same story in a long form.
It's not that secret.
Yeah.
He's been trying to be secret.
I forget what movie it is that he's handling that he's doing now. The only thing I'm most excited about is that it's not going to have Helena Bonham Carter in it
Uh-huh.
because they're divorced.
Yeah, they get divorced. Yeah.
I just think
No,
it's
they are
I think
divorced.
it's great that like all of his like animated movies are like telling the tale of this little kid that turns into the Pumpkin King.
Yep. Yep. It's true.
It's
And
so
his
great.
dog.
Yeah,
Don't
Frank
forget
and,
about the dog.
Frank and Weenie with the little kid and his undead dog.
Yep.
And then
The
the Corpse
Corpse
Bride
Bride,
with the
and
guy
then
who
The
just
Night Before
died or
Christmas.
who's about to die. And then the night before Christmas where he's already dead with the ghost dog.
The best movie ever.
Great. It's just great.
Mhm.
Oh man. Anyway, back to DC. Batfleck stuff. There's also before we go, Killing Joke is
20
an
seconds.
animated series.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry. I keep
That's
saying
right.
series.
Yes.
Movie.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Animated movie.
Yes.
Killing Joke.
All right, just let the music play, guys. We got 30
Okay.
seconds. That's
Okay.
fine.
Killing Joke.
Well, and what I mean, anyone who knows the Killing Joke should be excited for that period. And
I don't.
okay,
So
You should
say-
still be
it's-
excited for
No,
it.
I am
it's
excited.
One of the best Batman comics ever
It is.
printed. Period.
I will say this
So I need
before we
get
have
the
to
graphic
go.
novel.
I'm weary of this only because recently I think DC animated movies have dipped.
Eh.
I hope that if they go back to like the Bruce Timm style DC
Sure.
animation, I will be so down and I'll watch this. If not, I'll be skeptical going in.
Really quick. And Mark Hamill has always said it. He will definitely come back and do the Joker for the Killing Joke.
That would be great.
Bye,
All right.
guys.
We love you. Watch us later. Bye.
Ermine furs adorn the imperious Severin,